better tonight. Hey.
We're going to get started with Josh Donaldson, Sal Frelick. We have mics on both sides. Let's start down here on the right side.
For Sal, just first taste of the postseason, just what was it like? Just how much of a different atmosphere was it for you versus what you'd been experiencing the last couple months?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a different animal out there. A lot of nerves, angst, everything. But, I mean, after the first swing, you kind of settle in. But definitely an amazing atmosphere. Really cool to, be a part of that for, my first season.
Tom.
Hey, Josh, considering how the first part of your season went with the injuries and everything and the frustration, I was just wondering how much fun this has been for you, the loss aside last night, just being in this position with this team right now.
Yeah, I mean, coming over here, first off, at the beginning of the season, that definitely wasn't in the plans, I didn't think. But, how it turned out is it's been a great situation for me. The guys here have been awesome and, super welcoming to me. And, to have the frustration that you were talking about earlier in the year to now where you get to go out here and in a postseason format and, to compete on the biggest stages is awesome.
How do you guys size up the challenge ahead of you with the two pitchers that they've got lined up these next 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, fired up. Like, it's playoff baseball. You're going to get the best every day. That's why, we want to be here. But, yeah, I mean, everybody that they're going to roll out is going to be good and elite. So just got to be ready for it.
Josh, in your taste with Sal, with Bryce Turang, a little bit of Garrett Mitchell, Andrew Monasterio, you've seen some of the rookies that are part of the future. Generally speaking, what strikes you about these players and sort of whatever happens in this postseason, what's the future here is like?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big dynamic that I see with all those guys is their willingness to compete and go out there and, lay it on the line. And, they take great at bats. They go up there and they play incredibly hard on the defensive side of the baseball. And, their energy is definitely contagious to be around.
Josh, I know you've probably been in this position before in the postseason. I mean, what's the veteran leadership, the veteran message you can give this clubhouse?
I think it's just stay in the moment. Go out there, compete to win every pitch, knowing that every game's going to have its ebbs and its flows, and to not get caught up in it, but stay focused on what your job is. And if you do your job and you do what it takes to be successful to help your team win, obviously that's what we're looking for.
For both of you guys, obviously there were, I think, 11 guys left on base yesterday. Does that get frustrating? How do you avoid that in a different game and try to take it one at bat at a time and not let things snowball a little?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a great job yesterday of applying pressure every inning, really making pitchers work, defenses work. And, a few times I thought we may have hurt ourselves, but at the same time I think they got some good breaks. They had, Longoria made a great play, and Yelly was trying to stretch, a great base running play, going to third and got caught in it. So I think just a couple of bad breaks too, but I think if we keep applying pressure, we'll be all right.
Sophia.
Neither of you have faced Gallen this season, but just what's the approach against him? And then also, what do you take away from seeing so many of their relievers last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think seeing the relievers, a lot of their leverage guys too, is important, but it starts in the first inning today, and you want to try to get good pitches to hit and be ready to hit, and really commit to a plan. And everybody's a little bit different, but I think at the end of the day, he is a good pitcher, but we feel like we're going to be able to put a plan together and hopefully have some success.
Jesse, all the way up top.
Josh, just follow up on that do your job thing you said before. Is that another way of saying, like, just try not to do too much, which is possible in an elimination game like this? Just kind of like don't get outside of what you do best?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's knowing who you are, knowing what your job is, and that's go out there, play good defense, be ready for every pitch, and there's so many things that go on in between pitches of at bats on defense that to be able to see the plays before they happen and really just do the mental preparation of staying focused on what it is that we need to do as an individual effort and stay focused on that.
Like you just mentioned, Josh, you guys faced a lot of different pitchers yesterday, and it can be a challenge to face a really good starting pitcher as well. But what is the difficulty of 6, 7 guys coming in and instead of like getting 3 looks at a Gallen or a Kelly?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just kind of where the game's evolved to, really. I mean, I don't think it's that uncommon anymore to see so many different looks. I mean, obviously, they do it for a reason. That there are reasons to why that has success because, as you said, you see one guy one at bat, it's a different guy another at bat. But with the postseason, you're really going out there and trying to focus on what it is that you feel is going to be your best plan to have success off each guy. Starts with Gallen today. Can't kind of really look too far past him. He's obviously had a very successful season this year, and we're going to have our work cut out for us today. But I think that we're more than up to the task.
Sal, you've had a front row seat to Tyrone in his awesome second half. Obviously, the home run yesterday, robbed by Longo. What have you made of him looking healthy, playing well, and being out there in the outfield with you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blast. He's, somebody I looked up to when I was going through the minors. He was down in AAA with us a few times on rehab assignment. And just as an overall teammate, he's a guy you want, in the clubhouse, a guy you want on your team. And to see him go out and have the success he's having, like you said, in the second half here, you just couldn't happen to a better guy. So it's really fun to see and to be able to play next to him.
Josh, maybe this is a little more of a big picture baseball question, but what's your view of where the home run fits in this game right now? There was maybe a little more action, more balls in play this year with the no shift. But the home run is still, we saw yesterday, such a powerful part of this game, and obviously that's your game. I'm wondering just your thoughts about the way you've seen the sport evolve and where the home run fits in it right now.
I think that home run plays a part of it. I think home runs, come by having a good approach at the plate and, executing a good game plan. But, I mean, as we all know, if you hit a home run, you affect the scoreboard immediately, right? And that's why it is important, and I think that's why you do see it in the game. But also, I mean, the guys on the mound are tough, and, they're throwing extremely hard, and, they have hard-breaking balls and, all different types of pitches. So when you do barrel it, if you, have some power, the ball, tends to go out the ballpark.